We back. We back. Drop it.
LOLOLOL, white America, assassinate my character.
Had to get a little energy going. That song is hot. Kanye West, Jay-Z, gotta have it. So thank you for joining me once again. This time I'm brought back in. I told myself that I would give myself a month break from the madness and all of the news and the hoopla, and they keep pulling me back in. So now I'm back. This was a busy week, hectic week, tragic week, kind of a sad week, but we'll get over it because a lot of this stuff is pre-planned anyway. So this video, actually going to enjoy doing this one. This one is going to definitely bring the skeptics out, which I love. As usual, though, I'm going to always give references. I'm going to always do my best to tie things in. And as of today, we're going to go on a crusade against the term conspiracy theory. That's right. Anyone that knows me or come across my videos from this day forward, we are going to attack the word conspiracy. We're not going to use it in our lexicon in terms of what we do, what I do. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't like that word. I deal with documented research, patterns, and symbols. Okay? So we're going to attack that word. That's a weaponized word anyway, so it needs to be attacked. So all conspiracy theorists and all people that use the term as a description for people that are truth seekers, we are not going to own that term. That is not what I do at all. So I am on attack against that word. I am a researcher, period. I am a symbologist, period. And I deal with patterns. It's just that simple. So with that, this is going to show, this video, in real time on a daily basis, how you can see the patterns and read the patterns and put them together to give you more awareness. And like I said, this is an exercise that works even in your personal life. You don't have to just do it to look at news or movies or whatever. It's also something that in your life that you can use. Like I say before, in your life you have people that you meet, you have people that you come across that you've known for a long time that you've never met before, family, friends, acquaintances, co-workers, associates, things like that. And sometimes it's difficult to see who has your best interests and who's really there to be there for you and help you, as opposed to suck the lifeblood out of you and the energy. So you can actually adopt a way within yourself to observe people's mannerisms even when they don't speak, and then when they do speak, you can put all of that together to kind of assess a certain amount of genuineness, support, and things like that. So this exercise that I'm about to do and show is multifaceted. I like to do things for more than one purpose. So with that said, I'm going to start. Obviously, the Dallas shootings happened. It's very tragic. Whether it's orchestrated or not. If people died, that is tragic, period. But the thing is, as usual, these things are suspect, I actually knew the wife of Eric Garner, grew up with her. She grew up across the street from me in Williamsburg. She comes every week, every summer. There's an old timers day and I see her. So I know for a fact that is a legit one, But he wasn't shot. He was choked out, so the non-weaponized murders, I think, are more realistic. But the ones that involve some form of weapons or things like that, or bombs, those you got to look out for. But in general, you always got to do your due diligence. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show through looking at the newspaper, and you can even do that, especially if you're in a major city. By looking at the newspaper, you can actually see and predict or kind of come to an overall, I don't like to say conclusion, but an overall synopsis of what is going down and what can go down. Okay, because like I said, how this operates, and where's the book at? I am going to show, this is just one book. I have like 40 different kinds on the subject, but this is one that I had readily accessible. I didn't feel like digging through all the books and stuff, but this is one book that shows the different programs that this country has used in order to train killers or create induced programmed operatives in order to carry out a function. Okay, so you can look at it. Drugs as a Weapon Against Us by John Potash. right? There's another one called Elite Serial Killers. I definitely suggest you watch Elite Serial Killers. Get the book, get the video. For those that like the bootleg, you can watch the video on YouTube. The author's it's in the room. The author's name is Ross. So with that said, this video, I'm going to actually use newspapers as a working model to see what's going on in the news in real time. You don't have to wait a week. You don't have to wait 2 weeks, days. In real time, you can see it. Now, the first newspaper I was going to start with, I was going to save this for last, but I know there's skeptics out there or people that actually know but are running away because they want to live life and all that, which is fine. To each his own, not me. So I'm going to start with this newspaper because it's going to first show more clearly what I'm saying, and then I'm going to work backwards. I wanted to work back to the earlier dates and then work to the present today, but I'm going to start with today's newspaper just to show that even though I plan to do this video, I had no clue what today's newspaper would be about, and I already knew how it would work, and it actually worked out better. So I'm going to start. So this is today's newspaper, right? Today's Saturday, July 9th, 2016. This is the Daily News. I'm in New York. Right? Now you see an American flag, right? And that's it. And then you see it says America in tatters, right? And then it gives you pages and page numbers to look at, okay? So take a good look at this. Now, ironically, when the Patriots won after 9/11, this is what first got me looking at stuff and becoming a researcher into events and how things have been scripted. Back in 2000, 2001, when the New England Patriots won, it was after 9/11, and the Patriots won, and all you seen on TV was a damn American flag. That right there, it did something to me. I said, wait a minute, this doesn't add up. So that was the starting point. I mean, I've always was decoding, but in terms of events, that was the starting point that made me say, okay, maybe there's something more to it. And then obviously it kept going. Katrina happened, Saints won, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, look at this newspaper, right? Now, when you look at the newspaper, most people tend to look at the front. But if you want to look at the message that's being conveyed, and I'm going to show how this could be used as triggers for people that have been traumatized to go out and commit acts of murder or violence. Don't just look at the front, look at the back. Right? What does this say? The system is broken. Carmelo Anthony. So in the front, we have America is tattered. Page numbers. And I'm going to explain the page numbers. Everything is deliberate. And in the back, we have the system is broken. So most people would say, oh, the front and the back don't mean anything. The back is for sports. Well, America is tattered on the front. The system is broken on the back. So the front and the back most likely do have something to do with each other. You understand? So these are what you call symbols and patterns. Okay? So what do you see when you see this? This gives an image that America is in turmoil, which we are. And it's reinforced in the back by saying the system is broken. That's very subtle, because what this does is, before you even open this paper, it reinforces the fact that we are at some kind of broken place in this country, right? There's nothing enlightening about this. So that's the message that's being conveyed. It's meant to give you a sense of, OMG, you know what I mean? What are we gonna do? Fear propaganda as usual. And I'm going to read the back. And I have a stack here that we're going to go over, just so you can see that this isn't a one-day thing. The system is broken. This is Carmelo Anthony. Now, mind you, look at the number that he has on. Number 7. We're going to get to the number 7, not in detail, but this number 7 is used. Numbers have their own power, right? Well, the intent behind the numbers and what you carry out when the numbers are displayed dictates the intent based on the action carried out. This number 7 is important, and I'll briefly explain why. I'm not going to do another video on it because that's intense. But keep this in mind. Look at the numbers that you see on these newspapers. They're very important, very symbolic, okay? Number 7. Let's read the back. The system is broken. Point blank period. It has been this way forever. Martin Luther King marched. Malcolm X rebelled. Muhammad Ali literally fought for us. Our anger should be towards the system. If the system doesn't change, we will continue to turn on the TVs and see the same thing. In yellow, we have to put the pressure on the people in charge in order to get this thing we call justice right. Let me stop right there. That's very subtle. When you highlight something, you highlight it as to stand as a marker for your memory or to make it stand out as a point of reference, okay? So in yellow, in highlight, the system is broken is highlighted. We have to put the pressure on the people in charge in order to get this thing we call justice right. That's very subtle. The fact that it's highlighted means that it's calling the reader to put attention on this government in order to crack down on gun laws. That's why it's highlighted. Anything you see is highlighted is for you to have special attention to. Okay? Keep that in mind. Goes on to say a march doesn't work, which I've been saying. We tried that. I've tried that. It's a 50-year-old strategy. Marching and protesting is played out. It's outdated. A couple social media posts tweet doesn't work. We've all tried that. This is someone with millions of dollars saying this. That didn't work. Shooting 11 cops, killing 5 will not work. Shooting 11 cops, killing 5 will not work is also in yellow, emphasizing the precious care that this country takes with police, regardless of what they do, and also saying that this is extreme, it will not work. Again, reinforcing that we have to put pressure for gun control. While I don't have a solution, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't have a solution. We need to come together more than anything at this time. We need each other. These politicians have to step up and fight for change. I'm calling for all my fellow athletes to step up and take charge. Also in yellow. Need each other is in yellow. Highlight it. Today's Daily News, New York. And I'm calling for all my fellow athletes to step up and take charge. Also highlighted. He's calling for unity to come together because of the events so we could put pressure on our politicians for gun laws and to restrict freedoms because the system is broken. There's no need to continue further. Now, finally with this paper, pay attention to this, because this is the subtle part that's missed, right? America in Tatters pages, and it lists pages. Now, this is my thing. This isn't a science, but it is an art, and I'm damn good at the art. When you see this, and I'm gonna show this in the next newspaper that I give you, look at these numbers. Now, I'm saying that these numbers may be where it says pages, the upcoming month. Maybe the current month, but the upcoming month. So I suggest it says American Tatters, because this is random. Pages 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20, 30, and 31. Why skip all of the pages? Why not have it in succession? Typically, when you see this, these pages that you flip to are relating to the cover story, right? I'm saying pay attention to these numbers, because these may be dates in August where something may go down. I have no clue, because I'm not a part of none of this craziness. I'm a sane person. I want to live life, as some say. But those that are creating, the mad people that are creating all this chaos, go by numbers. I can prove that as well. They go by numbers. So I suggest August, these dates. Pay attention to these dates. August 2nd, August 3rd, August 4th, August 5th, August 6th, August 7th, August 8th, August 10th, August 20th, August 30th, August 31st. That's just my opinion. I have no clue how I'm not in no internal circles. This is just my assessment. And it's further reinforced here when it says pages 30 and 31, right? So 30 and 31 have been mentioned twice on both pages. So August 30th, August 31st, really pay attention to. All of these dates, pay attention to. That's just what I'm saying. Now, I'm going to reinforce that with the next newspaper article, because I could be crazy, right? Which I'm not. Here's another one. June 27th, Daily News. Right? This was after Pulse, after Orlando. Okay? I want you to look at that, right? Look at everything you see. Look at the colors, right? Now, mind you, rainbow is really a Freemasonic symbol. Freemasons have a lot of symbols. Obviously, the people that are part of Freemasonry, even though they don't have that much power in an organization, but a rainbow is a Freemasonic symbol. So anytime you see a rainbow, it's not just LGBT, it's a Freemasonic symbol. Rainbows are Freemasonic, coded, okay? But look at this, right? This is June 27th. This was after the Orlando shooting. We will not live in fear. Okay? So you see a lady with pink, the rainbow colors, right? Glasses on. I don't know what these symbolize. We will not live in fear. Okay? So fear, again, is the name of the game. Right? I'm not even going to address that. But look at the disarm hate. Okay? Love reigns at poignant pride parade. Orlando slays spur call for gun sense. Back to the gun thing again, right? Disarm hate. Now, this looks like a gun, R, right? But this is deliberate, right? The use of the word disarm, right? They could have said eliminate. They could have said any other words, but they use disarm. That's intentional. Disarm, gun sense. Take away your arms, gun sense. Right? Now, what gets me is the back. Minor step. Now, as I've said before, a lot of these have staged and pre-planned these events. So when you look at this, right, this is symbolic of the Orlando shooting, right? Disarm hate. But what this is saying is this is a minor step. So this staged event in Orlando was just a minor step to what was to come. Now, as you see, this Orlando thing happened, but compared to Dallas and this week with the cop killings and the supposed cop killings and the cops supposedly killing black men, this Orlando thing was minor compared to that. Okay? This was a minor step. So this is telling you that you think this was bad. That was just the beginning. You understand? And I'm all about peace. And that's why I'm doing this, because it's not right what's being done. You understand? But that was a minor step. Now, let's pay even more attention again to the numbers, right? Because maybe the first newspaper I was reaching. So let's look at these numbers, right? See pages 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, remember what I said. I said look at the following month when you see that. This is a June newspaper. So it's telling you to look at pages 4, 5, 6, and 7. July 4th, July 5th, July 6th, July 7th. Now, it's July 9th today. We all know what happened July 4th, July 5th, July 6th, and July 7th. For those that don't remember, let me refresh your memory. I'm going to pull out July 4th newspaper. It's predictive. It's done in cartoons. It's done in a lot of stuff. This is what happened July 4th. Central Park bomb. ISIS blast kills 143 in Baghdad. This is July 4th. Pay attention to July 4th, July 5th, July 6th, July 7th. This is from June 27th. Disarm hate. Well, while we disarm hate on the LGBT, the individuals, the sick individuals behind all of this happened on Monday, on Independence Day. Take a look. That's right, July 4th, like the newspaper told you. And it's further telling you how dangerous it's going to be by the back. The Force of July. Take a look. What this is telling you is that July is going to be very intense, forceful, right? Deeply savage and tragic. That's the Force of July. Right? Now, this gentleman has a fatigue short sleeve shirt on with the Mets emblem, similar to the gentleman in Dallas, right? There's a broom in his right hand. His hands is pointing up. Anytime you see this or this, that's a Freemasonic symbol as well. And also the number 4, right? Number 4. This paper's on the 4th. Numbers, people. Numbers. 4th of July. 4th of July 4th. Right? July 4th. Central Park bomb. So this is telling you that in July is going to be a very crucial month. It's going to be very forceful. Again, this newspaper told you to look out for July 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Right there. Still skeptical? No problem. Could do this all day because this is how it works. Let's look at July 5th because maybe that's a coincidence, right? For those people running away from truth. They want to believe in coincidences. Do I have July 5th here? I know I had July 5th here. Okay. I'm going to get back to July 5th. We're going to go to July 6th. That's what I had 5th. Pardon me. Little organic. All right. So this is July 6th. Damn, I wish I had 5th to prove this point. July 6th, right? Cheers for a wife beater. Why this is on the front page? Beyond me. They have enough in the back page to cover sports. But this is July 6th. Cheers for a wife beater. Random. Right? Because you can see the sports section and read about that, but why is it in the front page? I'm going to tell you why it's in the front page. Cheers for a wife beater, right? You have this dark-skinned gentleman, right? This is a random story, okay? Dark-skinned gentleman, cheers for a wife beater. So this is playing on it. On one sense, it's saying happy that this gentleman is back playing because obviously he's been on hiatus due to his scandal. And on the other end, it's polarizing you into something negative because it's calling him a wife beater, right? Bringing up his past or whatever happened. So it's polarizing you, giving him credit and props on one end, bringing him down on the other. That's a polarization. One is going this way, the other is going that way. Opposite. But that's not